Hello students. So today we will continue our topic related to helical gear design. So this is the continuation of effective load discussion. We see that in case of helical gear design, first two steps becomes, first is beam strength calculation and second is wear strength calculation. Beam strength calculation is related to bending failure, wear strength calculation is related to wear failure. Then moving towards effective load calculation, effective load is calculated with the help of two different relations. First relation is related to preliminary estimation method. Second relation is related to precise estimation method. Why it is called as preliminary estimation method in first case? Because in this case the dimensions of helical gears are not known. So for consideration of dynamic load which is coming into the gear by incorrect profile or misalignment in helical gears, due to these inaccuracies there is some dynamic load occurs in that gear. To consider that dynamic load, we use the factor called velocity factor in preliminary estimation method. These velocity factor relations are developed by scientists named as Barth. So it is also called as Barth factor. Here we indicate that Barth factor or velocity factor by using Kv symbol. In some books they use Cv symbols also. Now what is the relation for effective load in preliminary estimation method? Relation is F effective is equal to Ft max upon Kv. What is Ft max? Ft max is maximum tangential force. What is the relation of maximum tangential force? Ft max is equal to Ka into Km into Ft. What is this Ka and Km? Km is called as application factor or it is also called as service factor. Km is related to load distribution factor. And what is this Ft? Ft is tangential force. It is also called as theoretical tangential force. How to calculate this Ft value? Ft is equal to power upon pitch line velocity V. What power we should transmit from one gear to another gear, that power we substitute here. Pitch line velocity is related to manufacturing method. According to that, we substitute here pitch line velocity V. V relations are available in both the formats, whether we have pinion values or we have gear values. What is this Ka and Km? Km is called as application factor. At initial stage, vehicle or machine generates very high torque, and in running condition it generates less torque as compared to starting torque. That running torque is also called as rated torque. So always in machines or vehicles, starting torque is maximum as compared to rated torque. But when these relations developed by scientist Lewis, who suggests that we take some assumptions, we assume that this torque is constant, but in actual situation torque is fluctuating. To compensate that fluctuation, this Ka factor is introduced. These Ka values are available in standard table. That requires some information. Which type of prime mover we use and for which purpose the machine which we design for helical gear. That information needs to be known. Then two values are available. Whether that running 12 hours per day or 24 hours per day. Depending on that situation, we select the value. For example, if we use electrical motor as a prime mover, that is source of power, and machine like concrete mixture, for that purpose we want to design helical gearbox. So for that purpose we find out the values, and if our machine is 12 hours per day working, then we see the table or column related to 12 hours per day and we select the Ka value. In this way we find out the Ka. What is this Km? Km is called as load distribution factor. When Lewis developed this equation, he assumes that tangential force is uniformly distributed. But in actual situation, when upper gear tooth touches with lower gear tooth, then contact takes place at some location or some region more than another region. For example, here forces are more, tangential forces are more at this location, because load is not actually uniformly distributed load as Lewis assumed. So to compensate that value, here we choose Km value from the table. What is this Km table? This is the table for finding out the value of load distribution factor, that is Km. Km, three different situations are available here. For example, characteristic support, accurate mountings are there, and small bearing clearances are there. And if face width, that is B is up to 50, then you choose Km is equal to 1.2. If B is up to 150, choose Km is equal to 1.3, up to 225, 1.4, up to 400, 1.7. If less rigid mounting and less accurate gears, up to 50 you take 1.5, up to 150, 1.6, up to 225, 1.7, and up to 400, 2.0. And if the characteristic support is accuracy and mounting such that less than full face contact exists, then you take Km value is greater than 2.0. So from this table we get the value of Km. What is the formula for calculating effective load by using preliminary estimation? Ft max upon Kv. We already discussed Ka, Km and Ft. Then what is this Kv? Kv is the actual factor, that is dynamic factor. Kv is dynamic factor. As the dimensions are not available, we choose this value Kv, or we choose the formula. That formula depends on which type of IS gear grade available. We know that in our first chapter we already discussed about 12 different gear grades are available. If number is greater, then that gear is less accurate gear. If number of gear grade is less, then that gear is accurate gear or ultra high accuracy is there. If gear grade number is 1, then that type of gear is called as ultra high accuracy gear. Depending on applications, we choose these values. As accuracy increases, cost of gear is also increases. So depending on situation, you choose the values. If the application is like satellite application, so in that application accuracy required is very high. So in that case you choose IS gear grade as less, that is for example 1 or 2. But if your application is general application, like for example if you want gearbox for concrete mixture, so in that situation middle range gear grades are also possible to use. So you choose gear grade number 5 or gear grade number 6 or 7. So our application may be fulfilled by using this gear grade, and cost required for gears are also less. So this is good situation. So formulas or values are available for velocity factor. By using this table, we are getting that. So, depending on different situations, we choose this velocity factor Kv. For example, accuracy level is medium accurate and IS gear gauge becomes 6, 7, 8 or 9. Then manufacturing methods becomes gear manufactured by hobbing followed by shaving process. This is the manufacturing method. Permissible pitch line velocity V is less than 30 and velocity factor Kv is 5.6 upon 5.6 plus under root of V. If IS gear grade is 4 or 5, then accuracy level is high accuracy. Manufacturing methods become gear finish by shaving followed by grinding process. V is greater than or equal to 30. Velocity factor is under root of 5.6 upon 5.6 plus under root of V. If gear grade is high accurate, that is 1, 2 or 3, that is ultra high accuracy. Manufacturing method is gear finish by fine grinding followed by honing process. And permissible pitch line velocity becomes 40 is less than V is less than 200. So pitch line velocity is within the range of 40 and 200. Then velocity factor Kv becomes 0.85 to 0.95. So by using these relations, by using these values, we are able to find out the Kv value. After finding out Kv value, you substitute all the values here and find out effective load. Now this effective load we are getting in terms of normal module. Now what is the next step? Next step is related to compare FB and FW. For example, I already take this, I want to revise again. If you find out FB is equal to 100 mn square and FW is equal to 110 mn square. So compare which value is less, whether FB is less than FW or FW is less than FB. So in this case, if FB is 100 mn square and FW is 110 mn square, so which value is less here? Obviously, FB value is less because the number is 100. So FB is less than FW. As FB is less than FW and FB is related to bending failure, FW is related to wear failure, so we focus on bending failure for design purpose. So bending is the important criteria here. So this is the deciding factor. Which method we may choose for next calculations. So by using this relation, we are simply calculate or find out the bending is more focusing area here. Okay, so you focus on bending failure. So this is about first method, that is preliminary estimation method. So now next becomes second method for effective load calculation. So that method is called as precise estimation method of dynamic load by Buckingham's equation. As this is developed by a scientist named as Buckingham, so it is called as Buckingham's equation. What is the formula? Formula is F effective is equal to Ft max plus Fd, where Ft max we already discussed in preliminary estimation stage. Ft max is nothing but Ka into Km into Ft. K is application factor, Km is load distribution factor, Ft is theoretical force. Ft. Now, as this is precise estimation method, why it is called as precise? Because at this stage all dimensions are available with us. How that dimensions are available? So before this discussion, I want to explain about the calculation of dimensions. So in preliminary estimation method, we get F effective value. and we compare FB and FW, whether FB is less or FW is less. For example, FB is less than FW. So these two formulas are available. If FB is less than FW, so it must be clear that bending failure is the main focusing point. So FB is equal to factor of safety into F effective. This is the formula we use for the calculation. So if the factor of safety value is available, you substitute here. NF is nothing but factor of safety here. So you substitute NF value, that is factor of safety. We already have FB value in terms of module, and we already calculated F effective load in preliminary estimation method. So all values we substitute in this equation. If FB is less than FW, then if FW is less than FB, then use this equation. FW is equal to factor of safety into F effective. Then in that case, you substitute FW values here, you substitute factor of safety, you substitute F effective equation or value here. Now, if we observe whole equation, then only unknown is normal module. So you find out normal module value by using this equation, and after that you calculate the dimensions. Because if module is available, then all other dimensions for calculating the gear is empirical equations are available if module value is available. Okay, so then you are able to calculate addendum value, dedendum value, center to center distance, like that. So all dimensions we are getting here. So in preliminary estimation method, after using that equation, you are able to calculate module value. After module, you are able to calculate the dimensions. As dimensions are available, so this second method is called as precise estimation method. And for precise estimation method, this is the formula. F effective is equal to Ft max plus Fd. What is this Ft max? Ft max is K into Km into Ft. I already explained you. And plus Fd. Fd is dynamic load. What is the formula? Fd is equal to 21V into bracket B into C into cos square psi plus Ft max bracket close into cos psi upon 21V plus under root of B into C into cos square psi plus Ft max. You substitute pitch line velocity. Now module value is available. So pitch line velocity, if available in terms of module, then substitute module, calculate exact value of V. B is again available in terms of module. You substitute module value and calculate actual value. Substitute here. What is this C? C is called as deformation factor. Deformation factor depends on which material you are using. Whether you use pinion and gear, both material become steel, use this formula. C is equal to 11,500 into E. This is in Newton per mm. If you use both materials become cast iron, because generally steel and cast iron materials are mostly used in case of these gears. So these relations are available. So cast iron pinion and cast iron gear. So C is equal to 8,900 into E. If you use combination, that is steel pinion and cast iron gear, or opposite, steel gear and cast iron pinion, then in that case use this formula. C is equal to 10,000 into E. What is this E? E is called as pitch error. Pitch error value is again available by using this formula or by using IS gear grade. If IS gear grade you are choosing from this table I already explained in our square gear chapter also. These IS gear grades are 12 gear grades. Adjacent pitch error, this pitch error in microns. For example, if you choose IS gear grade 7, then use this formula for calculating the E. 11 plus 0.90 into 5P. What is this 5P? This 5P is called as that is adjacent pitch error. So 5P is tolerance factor. 5P is equal to Mn plus 0.25 under root of D. Substitute here Mn value, substitute here D. D is pitch circle diameter. Okay, we want to calculate both the values, that is 5P and 5G. So if 5P is here, then you substitute DP, that is pitch circle diameter for pinion. If 5G is here we want, then we substitute here DG. Why we want this 5P and 5G? Because we want both the values of pitch error, that is EP and EG. So for EP calculation, you substitute here DP find out this phi peak, substitute here. By using this formula you are getting EP value in terms of microns. Here unit is very important. From this table if we use directly this formula you get in microns, but here you want to calculate E value in terms of mm, millimeter. So convert this micron into millimeter. How to convert that? So micron or 1 mm is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 micron or 10 raised to 3 microns, or opposite 1 micron is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 mm. So this is the formula. You use this formula, convert this micron into mm. Okay. So E is equal to, both values you find out EP plus EG, substitute E here, and from this you get this deformation factor C. Now you get all the values. After calculating this FD, you substitute here, calculate FD, you get directly value because no values are unknown now, module is also available. Substitute directly, you get the answer of FD, substitute here, and all the values are then available here, KF, KM and FT. Substituting here you get F effective load or F effective value. After getting F effective, this is second value or precise distribution methods value, F effective. So what is the importance of this value? This value is important to calculate whether this design is safe or not, whether we get these dimensions are safe or not. For deciding that, you use this last step, that is safety against bending failure. If your FP is less than FW, then you use this formula again. FP is equal to factor of safety into F effective. Substitute here the value of FB and F effective. Now FB is available in terms of module. Now substitute that module value, calculate actual value of FB. So FB you substitute here, F effective you substitute, calculate the factor of safety value. Okay, then check whether this factor of safety value is greater or less. If this value is less, then less than available factor of safety, then you again calculate or increase the module value, and then again you calculate the dimensions of gear, again reach here, again you do these steps, and then again check whether the factor of safety is greater or not. Okay, calculate these values up to if this value is greater than available factor of safety, then you stop, then your design is safe. Okay, then calculated factor of safety value must be greater than available factor of safety value. If you are designed for wear failure, then you use this formula. FW is equal to factor of safety into F effective. Substitute FW, substitute F effective.